we should start on page Nun Zion because he has this thought here on number Kuf Lamed Gimel. I think I was going to read just across the top because I think that where we're at is on the next page, but I'm not sure. So he said, so there's something important about this phrase. His alam toch ima, so the Eber went back, hid himself inside of Ima. So he says, the Gadmusa, his Galava that says the Chutz bebet in Ima Ilor. By your day came Gam Bnei Yisrael Chetachtonim, and Nikwaim also with the same name, Yisrael Shemo Shel Zer Anpin and Nikra Yisrael. He says, Al Shemo Zer Anpin. Gam Hem Yeshara Begalus Toch Mitzrayim. So first thought was, why does he care so much? What's going on here? It's because there's a power inside the Jewish people that he wants. He's saying that it is no longer functional. He said, it's my son, they're my firstborn. He said that brother Ramose, ben bechor ha'elyon nikra Yisrael. It's really referred to the formation of Zer Anpin. So he let him know that's still out there. Bechoros with the being striped by the choros. The fisha koffer bebena bekor ha'elyon is barach. So therefore, how is the logic of this work exactly? That because he denies the real upper ben bechor, that means there could be a strike. I'm not sure how that works, but mida keneged mida, that the firstborn of the Egyptians will die instead. Etc. He nanohi horig bincha. So this will interest. This is what the pasuk says. When your son asks you later, saying, because the ben habechor hanibshak min ben hakadosh habechor ha'elyon. So this is a servitude that's really affecting the origins of reality. Who asher yishalchu shailazu? That's the one would ask Yan Yan alav nogea zu hashayla. So Yan alav nogea hashayla. Yibul choyer rots and paro the forbo, but the akev Yisrael begalus tachas reshu. So because he needed the energy of the Jews. Now we're going to go over here, and this is where I thought we were supposed to go today. So let's look down, because it starts at Kuf Lamed Zion. He said, V'nachta the Indian Rishon, Galas Mitzrayim Sovad al Shnei Kotvim, two different poles. Harishon Ku Indian the Ris Yisrael Elyon Zer Anpen Shechazu de Kanda Beso the Evu Bebechinas Las Klilin Gotlas. Excuse me. Who Ansbach be Indian Galas Yisrael, and he himself is the Indian of Galas Yisrael, Atachtoinim, Tot Mitzrayim, and it goes the same way. Galas Mitzrayim, Hoya Kola, Ubero Kola, Bishner Elyonim. Indian Echad, who Mav Shachazach, Zer Anpen, the Bechinas, the Eva, the Toch, Bebet, and the Iberi, Law, Bematzav, Shal Tlas, Klila Betlas. The Bechinas do this aspect, Atzma. Nikras Galas of Galos. This is Galos. If this is really the origin of it. Same thing happened to us. In the para. That's one idea. Who came Machmas Aliyasam? He says because Machmas Aliyasam the Malaka Nisker. Nistalik Mimenda Bechinas his pashtos a Chamisha Chasadim and his pashtim Beshisha Kitzville's Kaneda. It stops that up. It stops that up. The Nisala Lamala Basharsha B'Muach Hadas, and they go back into the Muach Hadas Shabo, B'Makom Agarim Shabo, Shasham Hu Siyam Yisod the Ima Shakasav Zer Anpen Shabatoch Zer Anpen. Now he said V'Shem Shish, that caused the Siyam. So let's see what happens now. In the Shani Begalit Mitzrayim Choisav Shehistalka Hachamisha Chasadim the Garim the Zer Anpen. He said Chamisha Chasadim Makorim for Shorsham Ku B'Das the Zer Anpen. The Das is located in the neck. Shasham Begarach Begira B'Yisod De'imach Shabot Nimsa Chamisha Chasadim. Mishan Mispashte Mechamisha Chasadim the Gufa the Zer Anpen the Chamisha Sephiras Chesed Kabur the First Netzachod. V'Klalusim B'Yisod. He said, "V'hinech b'zman hagalas nistala kachamisha chasadim begufa dezer anpen yachsor the shorshim begarim dezer anpen shuhu hadash sheba." Now let me see if this is where I want to pick up. There's a little arichas down below in the shefa. Let's read one more and see what it says, and then we'll come back a little bit. So he said, this goes with it. Okay, v'sham begarim ku achisus klipas mitzrayim. So there in the throat. That's where the Mitzrayim got a hold of them, because that's the mates or the narrow place. Shuhu makam sarkam b'vur b'tzleinu. Asiva shadacha b'choyach achasadik mispashtim b'gufa dezer anpen hatsa. Why does it go? He said b'kevish Mitzrayim yonkin b'ochzim b'garim dezer anpen, because they suck off of. They have a hold of the garim dezer anpen v'hein hoyu, and they were and they hold back the chasadim for going into the Tekufa Dezah. Now he has some idea here in the Shefa Kavanos. Okay, in the Shefa Kavanos, and the Shefa Kavanos says like this on the phrase V'sham begarim ku achizes klipis mitzrayim shuhu makam sarkam b'vor etzleinu. He knows yesh the ayin too. We have to really look at this carefully. He says harei la'ehol amer she'ikar yanikas akali hu b'makom agilui. It's in the place in the chest, etc. Shuhu minachaz l'matach b'sod Yosef das Yosef makov. So this is a place where the problems can develop. So therefore it goes upwards so that it would be out of danger, so that they couldn't feed off of them in this place of the Gilui. So he said Bakan Kosev, and over here it writes, second. He said it writes, excuse me. He says, Sha'ad Rabba, Iker Yenikasam, Hubamakom Bagarim. Ve'im Kamoshim Bavura Bagakan, Shahim Yonkin Bagarim, Lama Allah Chasadim, Vachakavuras Lamala. So why would they go up? In other words, they say they go up into the Garam. The Garam is a place where all the problems develop. Harega Other Rabba, Sham Iker Yenikasam, that's the place where power hangs out and all of it's Arachiyim. So let's see, maybe come up with an answer like this. With the mata of the Taretz, the lamata menachazach b'makom unique is called the kali. This is all the kali are out there. Avach lamalach minagarim and ein begiya kali rak mitzrayim him sad the garon yichol the yana b'sham. It's a specialized kali that really can feed off of that area. We're talking about an olam etzilus. V'lechein all the Sham the harvich shelo yanko b'menach echitzanim kol kach. So you're eliminating. It moves out of the way of the majority of the kali, and moves into the throat, which is designated only for the for Mitzrayim. V'lechein amnam ishta'amdach bechem rak paro b'Mitzrayim. So that's all that was attached to them. So there's another problem that Mefarshim bring up. The Indian Rishon, where it says like this, Inyan Galus Mitzrayim. Garam sheyisrach le'elyon shu zer anpin yachsel lehis alham so the ivor toch ima ilon. B'bechinas tlas kolilim betlas. B'sham heim makom shlitas Mitzrayim, as we just were saying, Mitzrayim b'paro kali elyonim sheb'meitza elyon, that in that narrow place, that's a good place to feed off of. On this, the Mefarshim had this problem. So he says, who has this problem? And he says, Maram, Meir Papyrus, isn't it Meir Papyrus? Os Yud, V'chein B'yafasha over there, Os Gimel, Ben Hashem and Sasan. So this is the main commentaries over here, commentators. Eich Yisakin, how's it likely this could be? Because now you're talking about the place where Ima develops, which is in the throat going upwards. It's only there, but we're saying that that's a place where the Chitzonim are found. So in other words, the area of the neck really should be is above the goof of the Zer Anpin, and therefore it should be protected. So they answer Metartzim of Farshin she'ein akuvanish Zer Anpin niknas be'emes l'soch ima el l'shahu ba'osa matziv kamo shachoya b'soch ima. So this is the answer that they give. They all like this idea that it's not actually a mamish move in that direction. So he says, what? It's as if it was there. Behind the sheyesh though, and then he says like this, that what happens when you go into Gimel, go Gimel? The only thing that's available is the nefesh aspect, the lowest aspect of that light. The biyanika yesh though rak ruach over Iver, yesh though rak nefesh, and in Iver you only have nefesh. Anam Tira Zechabahu Dochok Ma'od doesn't like this idea, Kevin Shama Beferish, because it specifically says not that they as if they were as if they were in the womb of Eva, but it specifically said Belashano Sheneknas Asoch Ima law. It has that answer, so therefore the Tiv thinks that this could be it's a push. Okay, let's go on now. We went past that, and I think we're on number Kuf Mem. Let me come up here, a Kuf Mem. Kuf Mem, Belocha B'hoya Oz Meir Muach Hadas B'gufa Dezer Anpin. So therefore, at this time, there is no Muach Hadas which is shining into Zer Anpin. Ela B'bechidas Acharayim Shel Hal Alavush. Now he's coming back to the subject. It says that now all you have there is the Acharayim, which are the Damim. Shall Yisod the Ima Shehem Sarah Damim and Niskarim Nael, which are three different sets of Damim. So he said, Bizman Agala Shadacha B'choyach Chosadim Atzman Mispashte Begufa Dezer Anpin. So that's Mitzrayim, that's where the Galas there. Excuse me. Hoyim Mispashte Begufa Rak Acharayim Shal Shemus Akya, only the backsides, which are the Damim. Shehem the Vushach HaMochim, Behem Nikroim Damim. Shkal Shem Akyach and Acharayim Kazah, so he shows you the Revu again. He said Oladam. The gematria there is dam. The fish yesh chamisha chasade v'chamisha gevuras yesh asara, different types of levushim shehem asara damim. Each one of them has its own levush. V'chadamim ha'elo. So this damim we're talking about mispashte begufa dezer anpin. B'shnei inyanim elu heim achuzim yachad ki tam atachnom gorem el ha'elyon. He says, I'm not sure if I got this exactly right. Let's see what he says. Satam, Shahukra Chazer Anpin Lachso the Bechinas Iver Shahut Lasko Tlas, who the Fishahoya Mitzroim Scholting Vyonking Begaran the Zer Anpin, Beam Koya Chazer Anpin al Maskantov, it would be in the same way, Bishlemos Koya Mitzroim Yonking Bemanu Harbe Maod. The Bechinas Iver Shu Hakatnas Hagadola Biyoser. It's the most strict katnas you can find. So therefore the Kali are not able to really feed off of it. So this is a quote here now from Yechezkel. Here we go. Avor alayach, and I'll pass over to you. Ve'arach misposeches b'demayach, and I will see misposeses b'demayach. With your blood, you will be misboises. What is that? Perfumed with it. Ritzon lomer ki sibas he yusacha misposeses b'chavodas kashos b'chaim b'chad venim. So maybe misposeses is different definition. Who besivas damecha ritzon lomer is really this possesses that we're talking about. But the mayach blood is talking about this blood. Ki besivas eidara v'chasara damem shehein hameirin mispashti b'zer anpen. L'chein yesh his gavros v'yanika el chitzoynim behem. V'lechein his gavra L'sha'aved es yisachol be'elach v'avodas akasha, and that's the reason why we are sent into this vodas kashos. Now let's see what he explains. Zer bira pasuk ve'eracha bispossesed b'demayach. So mispossessed, I guess means clothed in your blood. Shecha v'avodas akasha v'chashiva shehoy b'nei yisachol b'mitzrayim ku l'sivas adamim. It's because of the blood. What does he mean? The hainu the fee. Shehis pashdu b'zer anpin rak hadamim shehem levushach hachasana v'chagavuros. L'chein choyach his gavros v'yanikas v'kitzaynim. V'lechein choyach hamitzrim yonking min hadamim elu. That's all there is for them to suck off of, and so that's what they're doing. L'chein hishta'avin mitzrayim b'yisachol lefi shehem garmu calls out. They caused all of this. The Shamas Yisachol Bedor Hahu Hoya can the Shamas Minishamas Adam Rishon Shapagbo Bukatime by Yadeza Garma Lishlit Sakali, but the Hain the Ansho, the Shahishta Avra Mitzrayim, the Sachan Heta says. So he's saying an interesting thing about the Jewish people is that we are a depository of those elements that need to be Mesukan. And some part of the tikkun that we see in other places is this being first of all, indentured and owned by others, by the Mitzrayim, but also you see the tremendous cruelty that is done onto Jews, unbelievable. So, and still, as it's not, somehow we are the depository of all the things that need correction, and some of that, I guess, involves, like I said, servitude and death, and torture. For the Saka and Indian this, so to correct affect an Indian this to correct this. He says, so then he says like this, but you're going to live through this blood, which is the revuah of Ekya. And it's because of them that they're it's a little bit hard, they're nishtaved, they become enslaved. So what you're actually going to get out of this in the end is the birth of Zeranpin. And that takes place in the place of this blood. So you see they will pour over there the Bechinas Chaim, the Hainu Sheyitza Hazer Anpen Bechinas Iver, the Bechinas Leider V'Hisgalos, so that actually it will lead to the Shezehu Pirish HaPasuk B'Demaya Chayi Sheb'Makom Adamim Yiyah Chai. This is where life is going to come from, who latest Leda V'Hisgalos, which is that. Now I don't hear exactly how you go from one to the next. So he says, going on, so he says, that's it. I guess we're done. Okay, what was that time? That was 6:12. My gosh, that's really, really getting early. Okay, this is Baruch Fleischman. You've been listening to the Tikkun Elevator Kollel.